Rise and shine. Happy Wednesday, dreamers. As always, another blessed and grateful day to go ahead and make the most of it. And today's topic, we're getting into four different pieces. And this is key because you're not lazy. For most of us, I'm telling you, even for me, this is four pieces when I really learned this from Jim Rohn that allowed me to see things in a different light. Because at the end of the day, we all have life that life's, and when you see the end of this, it is going to make sense how all people walking around in this world deal with these four pieces and watch the difference where the shift comes. So I'm excited. Great morning, Cedric. Dreamers, it's good to see you. What is everybody grateful for coming into today? Grateful to be alive, grateful for God, grateful for all the abundance, for another day to go ahead and get 1% better than yesterday. And for the month of January, we're kicking this month off with a great start already. We already had Myrtle Beach. We just got back from Orlando, a super regional, ton of phenomenal energy, unreal testimonies, and it's safe to say we are just getting started. So let's go ahead and get into it. Four keys to go ahead and change anybody's life to go ahead and 10x their 2026. And here is number one. You're not lazy, but disgust, okay? You might not have had enough disgust inside of your life. And there's a classic story, right? A lot of us know it, where the kid is walking through the park and he sees this old man and there's this dog that's sitting next to the old man. And the kid goes to pet it and the old man kind of looks at him and the dog doesn't move. And he said, well, how come your dog isn't moving? He said, because he's sitting on a nail. And the moral of the story is a lot of us, sometimes we don't make a change until something bothers us enough. That's why the pain of change, when that finally outweighs the pain of staying the same, that's when most people end up making a decision. And unfortunately, sometimes it takes a huge or something traumatic happening in life for someone to say, you know what? I just had a heart attack. I'm ready to actually start taking care of my body. I think I need to get back to the gym. I think I need to cut out on all of the fast food, right? I've seen it happen with some of my grandparents. So we don't need to wait for something externally to happen to go ahead and really step into the first piece of disgust, okay? I know what that's like. I know the feeling very well. Living out of my car, I was $30K in debt, had no job, and I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm ready to go ahead and make a, number two is decision. The second piece, when you look at the word decision, there's two sides to that. Incision, if we're getting surgery, incision means to cut into something, okay? I got my collarbone surgery over here. I had to get a serious incision down there. But you see, decision means to cut off, okay? So what do we need to go ahead and cut off inside of our life to go ahead and reach the levels that we're looking to get to? I was on a Zoom call the other day with some of our mentors, and they asked a couple of different questions. They said, what is draining you inside of your life right now? What is happening throughout your day where you feel like you're getting distracted and you feel like your energy's being leaked? And they said, just go ahead and jot down a list. And I believe every single one of us, we all have things that's draining our energy. Whether it be scrolling on social media, whether it be family health issues, everybody always has something going on with life, okay? So the difference is to be able to have the awareness and realize life is always going to life. It's never going to change. But those who make a decision anyways, regardless of really what's happening, is the ones who are able to go ahead and really make a change, okay? That's number two. Number three, the third key. You have decision, we have disgust, and I want you guys to really, really understand this next piece. Because when you get it, you're going to realize why so many individuals are living the same day-to-day lifestyle, okay? Number four is going to be resolve. Number three is going to be resolve. Now, what does that mean? If you listen to Jim Rohn, he talks about there's somebody that was climbing to Mount Everest. And he said, I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm either going to make it to the freaking top of the mountain or I'm going to die on the side because I'm cutting off all my plan Bs. And I believe when all of us make that decision inside of our life to take care of our temple, take care of our body, take care of our finances, take care of our family, this is when the magic begins to really happen. That's what happened to me. I didn't care what anybody in my friends group said. I didn't care what my family said. I saw the success. I saw average walks of life doing abnormal things. And it went on to teach me that we can all be average people. The difference is some people just had above average action. And that leads to my fourth key, okay? D, decide. Go ahead and think about the disgust, resolve, and the last piece is action. Take action. Massive action with desire. Okay? Desire. Desire is not something that you can teach. And it's not something that happens externally. Desire happens internally. Sometimes it could be an event. It could be a traumatic family experience. It could be maybe a health issue. But desire, when you really start to get deep with it, desire is the root of all achievements. That's why it's in Think and Grow Rich. It's literally one of the first 3 chapters inside of the book. So the question becomes is, what is our level of desire today? And if you feel like it might be low, ask ourselves, why is that? Because life is always gonna life. But here's what's interesting. When you look at the most successful people, a lot of the times they took their most darkest, deepest moments and they used that as a catalyst moment. They turned coal into gold. It's called transmutation. The pain that we feel, we're able to use that and actually transmute that into success, into greatness, into discipline. And that's what happened to me in 2014 when my sister passed, living out of my car. I felt like life had so much pouring on my shoulders, and I used that pain to turn that into desire to go take massive action to lead me to a point where I didn't care what anybody said. I had tunnel vision and focus, and this is the 4 keys that any of us right now can use here today to go ahead and start 2026 with abundance, clarity, vision, and purpose. So I love you, fam. Any of you guys need, I've got your back. Discuss, decision, resolve, and realize that desire is 4 things that we can all activate and leverage. So I love you guys. Anything you need, I got your back. And remember, we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. It's game time. Let's grow.